decorate the cities of musicians could fill a distance triple that size. What a matchup we have for you in the battle for the state of Oregon. Welcome to Corvallis, Reser Stadium, home of the Oregon State Beavers. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Oregon State Beavers. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Beavers will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick it. Good return on that one before he's brought down. The Ducks offense will have the ball first. A program whose history is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And the Ducks were ready to play a year ago. They were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't.
There he goes. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Looking for blockers. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Oregon State's offense will go to work for the first time today. We'll be watching this matchup on the outside closely today, David, to see if this guy can get anything done one-on-one against one of the best corners in the game.
Right, and this corner really can shut down half the field. And that's a big problem. This offense, they really need to win this matchup. They need their wide receiver to beat that defensive back. And I don't know if that's possible. He's just so good, been so consistent. Palmer, you tell me how you're going to win this matchup.
Well, you're not going to win it every play, that's for sure. You can't avoid that side of the field the entire game. I think it's just going to come down to this offense. Down in distances when there's a third down and the coverage dictates that you've got to throw it against him. That's the play you need your receiver to win, and whether or not they have a guy that can win that matchup offensively, we're going to find out here pretty soon.
Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark
down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Beavers in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Beavers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. And the Beavers will snap it on first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's second and 14. Going for 6. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Beavers! Extra point. will tie the game. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. From the shotgun, the inside give. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense set on first down. Right back to the well. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Got it in the middle. It's Hill. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Harper. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Going for it all. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. It seems as if this old feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
Game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
I feel like it's one of the rivalries in college football that maybe a lot of people don't talk about or really know about. But if you've ever been around this game and you know about the tradition and the history and the emotion surrounding this game, this is easily one of the best rivalries in college football.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Lewis. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Winston. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Ball at the 31. Third and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Here's a heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Good, right down the boulevard. That'll bring them to within 4. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Oh, he's got some space. The 20. He's at the... And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ducks!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. On the move from inside is 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal. It's a seam wide open. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Oregon State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
They called the option because there's so many options on the play. There's so many things they can do. The defense did a good job taking away the quarterback, but man, they lost track of the running back. Great blocking. Running back takes it all the way for the huge touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Florida State went on the road and just dominated, and that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Seminoles...
Snatches it on the right. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sight.
Wide open. He makes the catch. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. Oh, they're after him. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. And his first pass is incomplete.
And a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, Oregon. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. He leaves it with his back. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Wants to throw on third. Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the defense makes a play. Finally, this is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Quarterback may change this route. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass, it's Warner. Quarterback extends the play. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Third down play from the gun. Pressure coming. Caught near the sticks. It's Harper. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. Makes the grab. It's Durant. At the 20. He's got space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They're going to run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Harper. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. The Beavers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on first down. Under fire, and he ends up taking a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield, it's Warner. Release to the back. The sure hands, it's Green. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not... Defense get it back. It's a turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Line getting set on second down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
From the gun. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
The Beavers racing to the line in the hurry-up. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Caught close to the marker, it's Winston. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Beavers have it with a 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw again. Using the quick game. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Complete downfield. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Here comes the heat. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The offense will quickly use a timeout. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Rush is on him. Right on the money. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. It's complete on the right side.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air, it's Warner. He rifles one deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Ducks and Beavers. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant. Now I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Oregon...
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. The kicking team's got... Take the ball right back.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Breaks into the open. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! And the beatdown has ensued. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step too here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field after the catch.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. run the shotgun, the handoff to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the right. With the catch, it's Winston. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. The Beavers are on the move. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Finds his tight end. How much lingerie is this guy going to leave on the deck as he gets it down to the 25? That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The Beavers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He wants to throw it again. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Here's the pressure. Fires to the tight end. They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Arizona State is just getting blown off the field right now. We've seen big games in Tempe over the years. I've personally never seen anything like this. They're trailing by 38 to BYU. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Gets it past the marker. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Going to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Running it to the right. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. And the Ducks headed quickly to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to...
Turning it on! He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
The Ducks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Ducks! A great catch and run for 6. It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolling. The uniform always looks good, but Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Off the play fake on first down. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup. First and 10 as the clock winds under a minute to go here in the third quarter. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Carter. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. This has been a complete so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. And the Beavers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Finds his man, it's Kendricks. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. 6th play of the drive coming up. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for once.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The give to the single back.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
First down for the offense.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Offense picking up steam, 1st and 10 from the 31. Power football with the run. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. The Beavers decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll return it from around the 50. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hill. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And the Ducks have it in scoring position on first and goal. Might be calling a hot route. Gonna look downfield again. Fires into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on second and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, looking for the score. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's third and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
To the air on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
Oh, they're after him. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pulls it in on the right. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's first and 10 from the 40. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Beavers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Beavers will line up to punt it away. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand, these These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Backing up and backing up on the first two plays now to try to throw it in drive on third down. To the ground with the back. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down. The Ducks will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. So as they've done so many times in this in-state rivalry, it is the Ducks who outlast the Beavers. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.